didactics of leadership. I know that for you to reach where you are, you have succeeded, but you are also ambitious to get somewhere. Therefore, what got you to where you are might not help you to get to another level. You need to be catapulted to the next level. How do we do that? In the last 20 years of my leadership training, I've realized that you always need training. Therefore, we have prepared a great summit coming to Lusaka on the 10th of April at the new government complex. Wherever you are in Zambia, I want to invite you not to miss this great summit. Why? I have also invited my good friend Ricky Jones all the way from Indianapolis in the USA. He is a well-established legal business expert, and he will help you to understand how you can grow your business and how you can get to another level. I've also invited another friend of mine, a great woman who came from nothing to becoming one of the most respected women in Houston, Texas. This is no other than Yvette Kleiner. She will be joining me in this summit, and we will have a great business input from these people. I've also invited some of our local Zambian speakers that will join us. Therefore, don't miss this opportunity. An entrepreneur, religious leader, political leader, don't miss this opportunity. It's free of charge. I'll see you in the Business and Leadership Summit at the new government complex. Free, 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 free.
I am Rick Jones, co-founder of Boss Global Advisors, coming to you from the United States of America.
We have teamed up with Dr. E.J. Coleman, world-renowned expert and director of the African Institute of Leadership and Governance. We will be coming to you on April the 10th at the new government complex, and we cannot wait to see you. We will be talking to you about buying, selling, and scaling your business. You do not want to miss this opportunity to be empowered.
It's going to be a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and shaking your hand. So don't meet me there, beat me there.
Leadership, there is what we call didactics of leadership. I know that for you to reach where you are, you have succeeded, but you are also ambitious to get somewhere. Therefore, what got you to where you are might not help you to get to another level. You need to be catapulted to the next level. How do we do that? In the last 20 years of my leadership training, I've realized that you always need training. Therefore, we have prepared a great summit coming to Lusaka on the 10th of April at the new government complex. Wherever you are in Zambia, I want to invite you not to miss this great summit. Why? I have also invited my good friend Ricky Jones all the way from Indianapolis in the USA. He is a well-established legal business expert, and he will help you to understand how you can grow your business and how you can get to another level. I've also invited another friend of mine, a great woman who came from nothing to becoming one of the most respected women in Houston, Texas. This is no other than Yvette Kleiner. She will be joining me in this summit, and we will have a great business input from these people. I've also invited some of our local Zambian speakers that will join us. Therefore, don't miss this opportunity. An entrepreneur, religious leader, political leader, don't miss this opportunity. It's free of charge. I'll see you in the Business and Leadership Summit at the new government complex. Free, 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 free. See you there. Wow. Great evening to all those of you that are watching us from Africa, from Zambia, from South Africa, from the United Kingdom, from the United States. Everybody of you that are watching us via the app, we just want to say thank you. We just want to say thank you for coming on the Say tonight. And I want to appreciate my guests tonight. I want you to know that my guests tonight are fired up and they are ready live in the studio. I know that we've got a challenge with one of my guests. She's coming in and out because of signal where she is, but one of my guests is here tonight and it's going to be epic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your friend and brother, Dr. EJ, all the way from the African Institute of Leadership and Governance here in the Republic of South Africa. You're watching us from Zambia. You're watching us and you're saying, hey, Dr. EJ, how can I be part and parcel of what's happening? Listen to me. You've got the opportunity to be with us on the 10th of April at the new government complex in Lusaka, Zambia, with all the great leaders, 1,000 entrepreneurs. We are talking business. And tonight, I said tonight, let me welcome my good friend and my brother who is here tonight, Honorable Kingsley Mumbi. Honorable Kings, how are you doing tonight? I've got Mr. Kings on the side. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Mr. Kings, how are you doing tonight? I hope you can hear me on that side. I see the picture is still, and I'm hoping that he can come on and we can be able to navigate with Honorable Kings. Honorable Kings, how are you doing tonight?
I'm blessed and I'm doing fine. How are you, sir? Doc, how are you?
I'm so excited. I'm excited to have you on Set with me tonight because I'm sure you heard I started by calling you Honorable because
I'm excited because I know you are a prophetic man. You are not just, I know you are not just human. You are a prophetic man, sir. I know you are a spirit man. You are grasping it from the spirit. I understand you, sir.
Great. Tonight, we are on various platforms and we are live also on Revelation TV Zambia, on channel 88 on Topstar Decoder, on channel 88 on Topstar Decoder. And also those of you that have got a mobile app, you can download, I think, mobile app via Android and I think via ISO. You can also download Revelation TV and watch it all over the world. Right now in my house, we are able to watch Mr. King's Revelation TV. We are able to watch that on the app all over the world. My good friends in the United States are also watching us right now. And we are excited to have you. So how have you been?
Well, number one, God is faithful, is keeping us. He's making us not lose the mark. We are always on the right path by the Spirit of the living God. We are very fine. We are on top and we are winning every day.
Winning every day.
We are winning every day.
Wow.
We are
Yes,
winning every day, sir.
we are going to discuss something very interesting tonight.
Yes, sir.
I think it will be a little bit away from your music, but I want you to do me a favor. Share this also on your, what you call these things? What they call it. Yeah, on your platform. Let me see if I've got how they do that. I'm not sure even now. Let me go to I don't know. Let me go to social media and find it on the okay, I'm gonna send this thing to you, which has got your name on. Then I'm gonna send it via WhatsApp. Then we begin to chat through what we are doing, because I can see that some people may not know you are live, but because you're gonna speak to the nation or the nations, I think people need to hear what you are saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People need to hear what you're saying. So tonight we are looking at why entrepreneurship is key to development. Why entrepreneurship is key to development. We have called the business summit that will take place in Lusaka on the 10th, and I know that you will be there. I know people have gotten so used to seeing you on stage performing and dancing. They don't know the business part of that. So sometimes they just see you maybe driving your skorokoro car on the road, and some people think, hey, these guys are thieves or criminals. So we want to hear from you in terms of why entrepreneurship. What does entrepreneurship mean to you? Yes, sir.
Well, Doc, entrepreneurship is everything to us. And actually, it is the will of God. That is the will of God. When Jesus talked about talent, he was basically talking about entrepreneurship. He was not talking about men working for others. He was talking about men meeting the demand of others. Okay? And that's where the talent comes in. When the Bible says your talent shall take you before great men, why have they called you in their midst? It's because you have what they don't have. You have what they don't have. And immediately you meet that which they don't have, you become relevant. You become a person they want. Yeah. And this is the will of God for us and every believer to become an entrepreneur. You see, when the Bible, when that gift takes you in the great man's presence, there are things that happen. There are things that happens. God connects you to them. And when God connects to them, the question is, what do you do with them? Okay? The question comes, what do you do with those people that God connects you to? When you go in the presence of the great people, in the presence of kings, where your talent has taken you, the question is, what do you collect from that presence? What do you collect from them? And so you find that it is a talent, it's equal to what we are talking about. It is everything. Entrepreneurship is everything. It is the will of God for us to be entrepreneurs. Yes, sir.
Wow.
It is the will of God, sir. It is the will of
I
God.
I know that you have brought it from a spiritual angle. I'm not going to go into very academical today on entrepreneurship,
Yes,
but we want to
yes, sir.
inspire young people,
Yes, sir.
old people, everybody out there, because something that I have learned. Let's talk about the Zambian context. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I realize one of our guests tonight is Madame Yowela, who has been at the helm of the financial industry, or the corporate industry. She
Yes, sir.
helped to build what is known as ABSA today. That was Barclays Bank, and she helped also to bring about what is known today as Atrasmara Bank in Zambia. And now she is mentoring people everywhere. She is mentoring people. Or she's telling me she's kept on thrown out, but I'm encouraging her. Madam Yowela, if you are watching, please, can you join again? Join again. Let me just tell her to join again. Because it's very important for her to tell her own story. So I was saying that she helped to build these industries, and today the nation is benefiting from her passion. And there are many people that are watching us via television and via social media platforms. The question that they would want to know is, Kings, how did you transition from just being, the way in Zambia you say Bakemba, just because I know most of the people, they just sing, and from there they go back home. How did you translate your music into an industry? Because this is very important, and it's very key, because remember, I was telling some people some years ago, you are a gospel singer. I'm not going to quote things that are not going to be Christian. I don't want to take you outside your own presence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I am saying that there's this song people would sing, to worship you I live, to worship you I live, and they go home, there's no food. And they thought you cannot make money through music. You can't take music as a business. So I want you to speak on that. How did it begin for you to realize that, hey, you know what? I can live via music. How did it begin?
My prophet and my mentor, my doc, I want us to understand that at the entrance of the word of God brings light. And this light that comes into our lives opens us into understandings. You start understanding the word of God rightly. Okay, I want you to know that according to my understanding, a talent is for profit making. A talent
say that again. I want you to say it again. Talent
is for profit making.
Okay.
A talent is for profit making. We see it when the parable was given, that someone went to bury it and others went to do something, but the person that multiplied that talent was commended. So the talent has to multiply. That is it's for multiplication. You need to make profit for it. It has to multiply. It's for business. So a talent is not a gift.
Okay.
A talent is not a gift.
Okay.
A talent has never been in the category of gift. Okay. Doc,
All right. Okay. Okay. Bring it on. Yes. Keep
I
going. I'm
I
enjoying
know
this. I'm
you are a
enjoying this.
Bible scholar. I know you're a Bible
Uh-huh.
scholar, and this is what I call King's commentary. A
Yes.
talent, a talent is never been and will never be in the category of a gift.
Uh-huh.
The same voice I have, the same talent I have, is what
Mm-hmm.
Mike Jackson had.
Correct. Correct.
But he decided to use that talent
Uh-huh.
for a certain market. Okay?
Identifying a market.
Yes. He
Mm.
identified that this talent I have, and I want to supply it to this world. So
Ah,
when now it came to Kings, who is a gospel artist, the decision was made to say, look, I have this talent. I need to supply it to my kind.
that's
I
right.
need to supply it to my kind. All right. And my kind are what? Are Christians. That is my
I
kind. All right. So that is my market. That is my market. So while I'm doing it for God and the people that I'm doing it to are Christians, and that is the family I have decided to supply my talent to.
see.
Okay? Yes. So I want us to understand that a talent is not a gift. A talent is for profit making. It is what now you make out of talent.
Ah,
Okay? That now funds, your ministry. And you see, a talent is never ministry. It will never be ministry.
that's right.
Okay? Because the ministry is we only have one ministry, and that ministry is to preach the gospel. That is the
I see.
ministry. Okay? So when I get my talent today, I take it
Mm-hmm.
to God to say, God, I want to use it in your kingdom.
I
Okay?
see.
Put a hand, put grace on it, put that enablement we call anointing on it, that it can work for your family, it can work for this market. Okay?
Mm. Mm.
And there now is a choice I have made. Okay? It's
I
a
see.
choice I have made. Yes, it's the choice I've made to supply it to them and also to involve the owner of those people. The owner of that family, the owner of that market is God. And that owner has to authorize me. That owner has to make a way for me. I think that's what I understand. That's what I understand. Mm,
Wow, 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 wow. Yes, Kings, you have really spoken a couple of
mm,
things, and
mm,
I want to make sure that we discuss these things so much
mm,
in detail. But
mm,
before we
mm.
do that, let's just share a short commercial break, and then we get into that. Let's All right. The commercial seems not to be coming right at this moment. We will wait for it to.
On April the 10th to be with you guys for the Business and Leadership Summit.
I am Rick Jones, co-founder of Boss Global Advisors, coming to you from the United States of America.
We have teamed up with Dr. E.J. Coleman, world-renowned expert and director of the African Institute of Leadership and Governance. We will be coming to you on April the 10th at the New Government Complex, and we cannot wait to see you. We will be talking to you about buying, selling, and scaling your business. You do not want to miss this opportunity to be empowered.
It's going to be a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and shaking your hand. So don't meet me there, beat me there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's my friends out there from the United States of America who are coming to Zambia from Boss Global. And that's Mr. Ricky Jones and Yvette Kleiner. I want to say this quickly for those of you that are watching us right now. I am chatting with Mr. Kings Mumbi, popularly known as Kings Malembe, the man that can dance the whole night. But he's also sharing with us that a gift and a talent is very different. And the talent is for business. A talent is for business. And on the 10th of April, we are meeting to discuss business, to discuss deals. I want to hear this, and I will ask you a very serious question. I know, don't wait for people to come and ask you this question one day when you want to become a president or a prime minister of some sort, and then you fail to answer it. But we want to ask it to you now so that you can answer it. Tell me, since you started your music industry, what was your lowest moment as an artist? And remember, I'm not talking to you here as a church artist or as a what you call this, a gospel artist, but as an entrepreneur. What was your lowest time in the industry? All right, I seem not to get Mr. King's response there. And I suspect that he's frozen on the network, but he will be joining us just now. He will be joining us just now because I want to make sure that he is in and he is loud and clear. Yes, Mr. Kings, you are back. And I see that you had frozen on the other side. Can you hear me now? It seems the network is bumping. Oh my word. It seems the network is bumping on your side.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. I think we've got one there that can pick us up. Mr. Kings, can you hear me? I want to know if you can hear me loud and clear. I know that it's bumping on your side. Whilst we are waiting for Mr. Kings, let's listen to this.
Leadership, there is what we call didactics of leadership. I know that for you to reach where you are, you have succeeded, but you are also ambitious to get somewhere. Therefore, what got you to where you are might not help you to get to another level. You need to be catapulted to the next level. How do we do that? In the last 20 years of my leadership training, I've realized that you always need training. Therefore, we have prepared a great summit coming to Lusaka on the 10th of April at the new government complex. Wherever you are in Zambia, I want to invite you not to miss this great summit. Why? I have also invited my good friends, Ricky Jones, all the way from Indianapolis in the USA. He is a well-established legal business expert, and he will help you to understand how you can grow your business and how you can get to another level. I've also invited another friend of mine, a great woman who came from nothing to becoming one of the most respected women
in Houston, Texas. This is no other than Yvette Kleiner. She will be joining me in this summit, and we will have a great business input from these people. I've also invited some of our local Zambian speakers that will join us. Therefore, don't miss this opportunity. An entrepreneur, religious leader, political leader, don't miss this opportunity. It's free of charge. I'll see you in the Business and Leadership Summit at the new government complex. Free, 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 free. See you there. Wow. Yes, that was another just break to remind us that we are meeting at the government complex on the 10th of April. Mr. Kings, welcome back.
Doc, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. I'm grateful, Doc.
Yeah. So the question that I had for you, and I will repeat the question for the sake of the viewers that are watching via television. I said, I don't want to address you as a gospel artist. I want to address you as an artist. The reason why, it's because I feel sometimes when I address you as a gospel artist, I become discriminatory. Why? Because there are some people that are not Christians, but they enjoy your music.
Yes, sir.
There are some people that are Hindus or Muslims and they dance to your music. They are your clients. In other words, they are part of your business. My question to you is very simple. At what point, what is the lowest point in your music industry as an artist that you have been at? What time in life would you consider, that was that was something else? Yeah, talk to us.
Well, as you know, Zambia is a democratic nation, and we go to elections. These are voted in and these are voted out. And of course, if you are invited much by the ruling party, and maybe that ruling party loses, you find that the terrain changes, things changes. Yeah, and that has been my lowest moment when the ruling party then lost, because I think my music was very much appreciated by them, and they hired my services in almost all their functions, and therefore I even became, their sympathizers. Yeah, and that moment when there was a transition of power, the other guys came in, and now there was this segregation to say you were for those, and we can't view you as yeah. And so
it's business.
Yeah, you understand, and that was my lowest moment, where the politics has set the tone even in churches.
Okay.
A pastor wouldn't like to be seen to affiliate with someone who has gone now. Someone who has gone, with that party which was in power. They don't want to affiliate, and there are very few men of God right now who are setting the tone for politics instead of politics setting the tone. Okay. There are very few men of God who are saying, look, for us, it's a commission to go and minister everywhere, to speak the word of God everywhere, either on the shrines, either on a political platform. It is a commission we have. And there are very few fathers in the land who had gone off that lane. And you find that I was invited by few people, and that was my lowest point, until I had to engage a lot of advices from people, from men of God, from churches, and people encouraged me and told me, Kings, you need to override this atmosphere by going in the studio and do more songs that will be beautiful, that people who, despite they hate you, despite some don't want you, but when they hear the song, it's going to cover the atmosphere, and you are going to create your own space. And that's what I did. I went in the studio, I released to Aparwafe, I released another song. And you see, even those people who are now looking at me with political lenses, I overcame that. So that was my lowest point, and that was my lowest moment.
Was money at that point, was money still coming in?
No, money was very small, because even the few things I did, the little supply I did in the government, was delayed. There was this thing of being scrutinized, and who supplied this, who did this, and I think I was very much affected. Yeah, until I navigated by sitting with people like you, Doc. You are one of those people that called me and said, Kings, you need to do more. You need to overcome this. You see, you need to rebrand by doing more music, and just check what is not there on the market. What music is not there? People are not dancing anymore. People are like just in the mood of closing eyes, praying. Can you do something that people who relate to, and people who, and that's what I followed. And here we are today.
I was watching one of your videos. I wish we could show it here, but I think I don't have it on the set with me. I think we'll show it, on my program maybe tomorrow or so. I was saying to myself that many musicians, specifically, not just musicians, but let's say artists, they find themselves that they make money at a certain stage. There is just that thing that we used to say. Now I will interpret that in English. In our language, we used to say "Ichilait chaisa." Ichilait chaisa. The whole world is dancing to your song. Then after 1 week, when the light just come on you, and then after a week, it just disappears. Kings, you have been in the industry, and over now it's almost going to be 20 years. Do you believe that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we need to do a 20th celebration. From the time you started singing, when you came to Lusaka there in Garden Compound in that is that Garden Chilulu area. I can't remember those areas.
Yes, sir.
It's been almost 20 years that you have been in the industry, and it seems that you are making it. I want your advice to young upcoming artists. We have seen some of them who made it just in 2 months, 3 months, or 1 season. If it's in soccer, I would say 1 season, bapwa, the finish. But you seem like you have been stable in your sustaining your industry. And I'm talking about both, not just your gospel industry that you are in. I'm talking about generally. I'm not mentioning names of people here, but you can picture some of the artists that we had as big brand names. Then when you meet them today, it's like they never filled up the stadium. They are so broke. They are asking even a coin just to get on a taxi. What's your secret? And these are the things that young people want to listen to. Because, sir, whether you like it or not, there are a lot of young people that inspire you, and they are looking up to you. So how have you managed to sustain that?
Doc, what has helped me is understanding what I stated earlier on. I said when the gift takes you, or when the talent takes you in the presence of great men and women, what do you do with them? Okay, the first thing that I did is that I connected with them. Okay, I connected with them. After singing, I would go on the tables, share my cards, greet them, speak to them. And when they look at my card, they will see a man who is not just a singer, but they will see a person also who is in other businesses.
That's right.
Music gave me the platform to meet people. And that's what music does. It will give you a platform to meet generals. It will give you a platform to meet men that are in the serious industries, men that are money makers. So when now you meet them, and when I met them, I quickly connected with them. And
that's right.
It is that connection, that has helped me to even every day get into the studio, because now those people I'm doing business with them, and because they met me at the point of music, they met me at that place. I need to keep refreshing the point of reference. Okay, because that's where respect came from. And that's where we connected from. So for them to continue respecting me, I need also to continue watering my point of reference. I need to continue appearing at where we met. Okay? So I always feel like they need to see me there. I need to meet them at that place where we met. All right? And that understanding alone has helped me to continue doing that. Imagine, Doc, you marry a woman because you saw her on stage. Okay, you saw her on stage singing, and you were, you just liked her, what she was doing, and if she stopped doing that, something you miss.
You have to push her again back to the stage.
Yeah, so she has to continue standing at where you saw her.
That's right.
And that keeps on refreshing that point of reference. And I think that's how I have managed. I need to keep refreshing that point so that the people that met me there continue seeing me there. I don't want to lose them. I want them to keep admiring me. I want them to keep saying those words they told me at first. I don't want those words they told me at first to fade or to go away. I want to be hearing them. And I think that understanding alone has helped me. So the question is, what do you do when you meet those great men? What you do is to connect with them. When you connect, understand what they do, in which business they are into. Okay. Some they would like you to advertise their product because you've got a name already. You're a big guy. I'm a big person in the industry, and so they would like me to advertise their brand, and I think that's what has managed me. That's what has helped me, because that money from them is flowing. I'm able to pay the studio. I'm able to go to the studio and continue singing. Yes, sir.
Tell me something. I like what you're saying, but I want us to discuss this because this has given us more time. We were supposed to have the three-way discussion, but due to network and power outages, I think where Madam Yowela is, she has written to me here. She could not be able to join. She has been trying. She comes in and she was kicked out several times. My question is very simple today. We are talking entrepreneurship. Why entrepreneurship is key to development. I want you to picture innovation, because as an artist, I remember there were times that you guys used to sell CDs.
Yes, sir.
DVDs.
Yes, sir.
But today, nobody's buying CDs.
Yes, sir.
I remember there was a time people used to sell, they moved from CD to selling what you called a flash drive.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, but we are not buying them anymore. How are the musicians surviving in Zambia? And how are you guys going to survive, more especially with the coming of AI in this generation? How are you going to survive? Oh my God. Mr. Kings, the network has just dropped on his side. I think he will be back shortly. I hope that he's going to come in. We are talking entrepreneurship. We are talking entrepreneurship tonight, and my guest on the set is Kings Mumbi, and so he is the one who is on set with me tonight, and we are discussing entrepreneurship. We want to know, how are the musicians going to survive in the days of AI? How are these musicians going to survive in the present world today? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in innovation. I believe that on the 10th of April, Kings Mumbi will have a platform to share his secrets to the audience. And not just to share his secrets to the audience, but also you have heard his relationship with us, how it has helped him to have an understanding of certain things. And so, why can't you register now? I want you to go to that phone call. Are you a musician? Are you an artist? Are you a comedian? And we are not just talking about Christian here. We are talking about everybody, because developing an entrepreneurial spirit is very key. And people don't need to be lazy. Let me say this quickly. The reason why I brought Kings on studio today, I wanted you to hear how many hours these guys practice. And I hope that he's going to manage to tune in right now. And I hope that he's going to manage to get back. I remember one day I was in Zambia and I called him. I thought he's at home. It was about 10 o'clock at night. And I picked up my call. And I said, "Hey, Kings, where are you?" And he said to me, "Doc, I'm somewhere." He mentioned the name of the area. I said, "I want to see you." He says, "Okay, I'll send you a location." He sent me the location. I drove to where he was. I arrived there at 10:30 at night, which was 22:30. Guess what? I found them practicing. So when you see these young people making money, when you see these guys standing out there making it, don't think that maybe it's witchcraft, or maybe it's some superpowers somewhere. Entrepreneurship requires resilience. Entrepreneurship requires tenacity. Entrepreneurship requires you having a heart that says, "I ain't quit. Then I'm not going to quit here. I will fight poverty until I get out of it." That's a spirit that you got to have. And I'm speaking to Zambians that are watching us right now. Wherever you are in Zambia, outside Zambia, this is a very good platform that you want to be on. Listen, as we are accelerating with the days that are coming up, I want you to begin to imagine yourself using painting nails of your clients and become a millionaire. Have you heard of a guy called Ruth Vandross? These were millionaires. How? I mean, via music. How many of you have heard of a man called Mr. Bean? Using comedy, became millionaires. So you see, more especially church people, they mistake poverty with demons, you know. So they bind every idea, and they think, oh no, man, this is of the devil, this is of Satan, this is of what? Come on. Building an economy does not need much prayer. It needs much hard work. So any government that emphasizes on economic building and investing in entrepreneurs, that government ought to be supported, right? Entrepreneurs, they help to build the nation, because when you look at job creation, once entrepreneurs are given enough room to explore their ideas, then your country is going to create more jobs. Because the jobs that we talk about usually, I'm not talking about those jobs that you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a teacher. All that is good. But there are those that have got talents. I was just thinking of bringing Collins here. There is a gentleman called Collins Mbesuma. I'm thinking of bringing him on this platform so that he can speak to us on how he made money. I mean, Collins Mbesuma is a Zambian footballer, and how he made money through football. I've taken time tonight to discuss with you with a gentleman that I've gotten to love, not because of anything else, but because he's able to translate talent into a business. Talent into a business. I've been a consultant for a very long time. And one of the things that I speak always about is many people do not know that when you do the same thing for over 12 years, you should be good to have mastered the art. And therefore, you can be an expert in that. You can be an expert in that. Imagine you have been counseling young ladies in marriage and you've been helping people. Do you know you can make money out of that? All what you have to do is to package it in a certain way. When the gentleman started speaking to us, he spoke about identifying the market. Market identification in entrepreneurship is very key. Identify your market, your niche market, so that you can make money. Don't do things because everybody is doing things. So, we are expecting 1,000 entrepreneurs, business leaders, religious leaders, political leaders. Did you know that even a church is registered as an organization? So if a church is registered as an organization, it has to run as a business organization. So there must be, that's why you have to submit your SARS or your tax. You have to submit your revenues, and you have to declare, even if you are a non-profit, that's why you call it a non-profit company or a non-profit business or an NPC, right? So you must know that you are a businessman. I have always said this, and I want to conclude with that as I wrap up. I said to people, when we speak about entrepreneurship, we speak about creativity. We speak about translating it into creativity. I was saying to somebody the other day, I said, you should start thinking, how can I make money even where I am? Because you find that you go into the desert, resources are everywhere. And entrepreneurship is creativity. So, on the 10th of April, we've got UNICAF coming. We've got University of Zambia students coming. We've got senior leaders coming. We've got civic leaders coming. Traditional leaders coming. You got to be there. It's called a Business and Leadership Summit. My good friends, all the way from the United States of America, Mr. Ricky Jones, over 30 years, has been a business and legal expert in Indianapolis. A business and legal expert in Indianapolis. Well recognized and acclaimed lawyer. At the same time, he's going to be speaking to us from Boss Globe, bringing opportunities to Africa. How can we bring these opportunities? How can we trade together? Now, let me say this thing. Everybody is scared of America today. Don't be scared. The United States of America is still open for trade and business. I've said this thing before, and let me say it again. The United States of America is very much open for trade and business. So don't think that the United States is closed now because there is a new government. No. With the new government and the new administration, what may be cut off is aid. But can I tell you what? Trade has never been cut off. Do you know what? We are still going to get investors into Africa, and we will still get business into the United States. We will get business out there. That's why our institution is here. That's why we've partnered with Boss Global. That's why we are working together with many other organizations that are bringing solutions to Africa. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. This is a non-political organization. This is a non-religious organization. This is a platform where you and I are saying, Kinako, let's make Africa work. Kinako, let's make the Zambian people prosper. Kinako, let's make Africa prosper. We are saying from all the corners of the nation, let's get together on the 10th of April, 2025. I'm looking forward to see you on top. Until I come your way again, this has been your great friend and brother. Before I go, I leave you with this advert. Remember this, I always say, we will not rest. We will not look back. Asijiki, siapambili, aruta continua. Emmanuel Nkoma here, signing off.
Leadership, there is what we call didactics of leadership. I know that for you to reach where you are, you have succeeded, but you are also ambitious to get somewhere. Therefore, what got you to where you are might not help you to get to another level. You need to be catapulted to the next level. How do we do that? In the last 20 years of my leadership training, I've realized that you always need training. Therefore, we have prepared a great summit coming to Lusaka on the 10th of April at the new government complex. Wherever you are in Zambia, I want to invite you not to miss this great summit. Why? I have also invited my good friend Ricky Jones, all the way from Indianapolis in the USA. He is a well-established legal business expert, and he will help you to understand how you can grow your business and how you can get to another level. I've also invited another friend of mine, a great woman who came from nothing to becoming one of the most respected women in Houston, Texas. This is no other than Yvette Kleiner. She will be joining me in this summit, and we will have a great business input from these people. I've also invited some of our local Zambian speakers that will join us. Therefore, don't miss this opportunity. An entrepreneur, religious leader, political leader, don't miss this opportunity. It's free of charge. I'll see you in the Business and Leadership Summit at the new government complex. Free, 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 free. See you there.